So let's get started. Let me show you what you need to create this cape. The cape that you saw earlier, it was the third and final cape. But you're going to need this double stake roll, which is an iron-on roll of tape, and you're going to have to cut it. You'll need a clothespin, and of course, you need your wire and your fabric. This is a no-fray stretch fabric. Where did I get it? I got it at Joann's. But, oh well, they're out of business. You're going to have to find your way to get that fabric. This half-inch roll of iron-on tape, you need to cut down to about 1/16 of an inch. I can get 5 strips out of this half-inch. Now, the thinner it is, the better. If it's too thick, then your hem is going to be too thick, and you'll have trouble creating that over-the-shoulder look that looks like a cape. What you need to do is once you get your strip cut to the width that you need, you're going to iron it on. And you're going to iron it to the edge. Now, what's important here, and I know it's out of focus, here it is now in focus, you're going to have to let it cool down in place. If you do not allow this to cool down, it will unstick, it will unravel, and you're not going to like the results. Now, once it's cooled down, fold over the edge to create the hem. Remember, the thinner the better because the wire is actually very, very thin. Once again, you're gonna need for it to cool down. If you work the fabric, as soon as you've ironed it, it will unravel and unstick. Those clothespins are here now for the purpose of holding each section down as it cools. So work a section at a time on the wire and then move over to the next section. Let it cool down as you do the work. It takes a while. The cape, although small, the wire is the issue in gluing it down and having it stay down. When you get to the corners, you just clip the corners so that they fold over onto each other and create a 45-degree angle. Make sure you glue that down and let it cool down. Originally, I did not have a wire going across the chest or under the neck, and that was a mistake because it really did not provide the anchor support that I needed, and I needed more glue to hold it down. And when I folded over the edges, it just didn't look right. It was way too thick. They looked more like shoulder pads than an actual cape coming over the shoulder. So I redid this cape a third time. And yes, the same process I repeated 3 times. So it's tedious, it takes a while, but in the end, it's actually worth it to create this cape. I did not want the look that came in the box. I saw a Hot Toys picture of the curls or the folds at the bottom, and that's what I wanted. So I took a dowel and I created those folds. And because the wire is thin, it is manageable. It is easy to manipulate it, and it's easy to create those folds. Now, you can create it with a dowel, an old brush, anything that is round and is small like this. You just crimp it, and it holds its shape. Unfortunately, because it is a thin wire, it will not hold up the fabric. It's great for creative edges down here at the bottom. And because it's thin, you can straighten it out again. If it's a thick, heavy wire, it's not going to happen. It'll hold that shape and it'll stay that way forever. Now, this fabric, again, is a no-fray fabric, which makes it really nice not to have to sew it. All you've got to do is iron it on. Now, here's where I added that emblem. And where did I get that emblem? Off the original plastic cape. I cut it out. I ended up grinding it down nice and thin, and I glued it on. Obviously, I took it off of this one because I didn't like the look. In any case, let me show you how thin that wire is. Here it is protruding at the end. Very, very thin. This is like a 22 or 24 gauge wire. So it's very thin, very flexible, but it will not hold up the weight of this material. It's much too heavy. If you want to hold up the weight, yes, you can, but you need a thicker wire. Can you achieve that at the bottom? You can, but it will probably not do as well. Now make sure you go see this movie because it is the #1 movie in America. And yes, it's about an alien immigrant, Superman. So before he gets deported or banned, or the tariffs go up, make sure you get your copy. We'll see you next time.